Martin Luther King Jr.
The man we all know as the preacher.
The activist.
The man with a dream.
But rewind before all that.
Martin Luther King.
The young educated black man.
Inspiring to change the world one day for the better.
Student.
Graduate. A dreamer.
Devoted to change.
Yet, after all he's done,
situations are still the same.
People being constantly oppressed.
And unjustly prosecuted today.
Education is crucial to all in order to avoid and combat ignorance.
This is addressed in the following speech.
For equal opportunity
Should be available to all.
As I engage in the so-called bull sessions around and about the school,
I too often find that most college men have a misconception of the purpose of education.
Most of the brethren think that education should equip them with the proper instruments of exploitation,
so that they can forever trample over the masses. Still others think that education should furnish them with noble ends rather than means to an end. It seems to me that education has a twofold function to perform in the life of man
and in society.
One is utility and the other is culture.
Education must enable a man to become more efficient,
To achieve with increasing facility the legitimate goals of his life.
Education must also train one for quick, resolute, and effective thinking.
to think incisively, and to think for oneself is very difficult.
We are prone to letting our mental lives be invaded by legions of half-truths,
Prejudices,
And propaganda.
At this point, I often wonder whether or not education is fulfilling its purpose.
a great majority of the so-called educated people do not
think logically and scientifically.
Even the press, the classroom, the platform, and the pulpit, in many instances,
Do not give us objective and unbiased truths.
To save man from the morass of propaganda, in my opinion,
is one of the chief aims of education.
Education should enable one to sift and weigh evidence,
To discern the true from the false.
The real from the unreal.
and the facts from the fiction.
The function of education, therefore, is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. But education which stops with efficiency,
may prove the greatest menace to society.
the most dangerous criminal may be the man
Gifted with reason, but with no morals.
The late Eugene Talmadge, in my opinion, possessed one of the better minds of Georgia.
Or even America. Moreover,
He wore the Phi Beta Kappa key. By all measuring rods,
Mr. Talmadge could think critically and intensively. Yet he contends that I am an inferior being.
he considered me to be an inferior being.
Are those the type of men we call educated?
We must remember, intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character is the goal of a true education.
The complete education gives one not only the power of concentration,
But worthy objectives upon which to concentrate.
the broad education.
will therefore transmit not only the accumulated knowledge of the race,
But the accumulated experience of social living.
if we are not careful,
Our colleges will produce a group of closed-minded,
Unscientific.
illogical propagandists consumed with immoral acts.
Be careful, brethren.
be careful, brethren.
Be careful, brethren.
Be careful, brethren. Be careful, brethren.
Be careful, teachers.
This piece, written by the young Martin Luther King Jr., should make you think.
He changed the world.
So what's stopping us? Young people can influence society.
Saying that you don't have power is just an excuse.
We will be a generation of activists.
We will change how society views today's youth.
Martin Luther King Jr. did it.
He impacted the world.
So why can't we?